Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all for a very special announcement today by Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. Thank you everybody who has joined us from across India to be a part of this journey. And of course, our media friends, thank you so much for joining us today. With the current pandemic, everyone has become more aware that medical emergencies are unanticipated and they certainly bring monetary hardship. Access to proper health protection and hospitalization expenses have become more financially difficult as the cost of the medical treatment ecosystem has skyrocketed. The average age of India is 28.4 years, as we all are aware, and with the current technology advancements and social media playing a prime role in encouraging everyone to upgrade their lifestyles and international travels for leisure, learning, and work opportunities has increased. With the increase in purchasing power of India growing year on year, they seek for advanced medical treatment for themselves and their family without a restriction on the sum insured. The other factors here is that global medical advancement and technology have also led to an increase in the number of citizens opting to travel worldwide in order to avail all the modern treatments for their ailments. These citizens have the world in the palm of their hands and are ready to tap on any and every consumer product and services across the globe. We have various global mechanisms to secure our wealth. But hey, what is wealth without health? Well, the health needs to be secured to reassure our near and dear ones, irrespective of how far or close we are to our families and friends. And to take this special announcement ahead, let me call upon a remarkable leader who needs no introduction, a man who played a pivotal role in redefining the Indian insurance landscape, a man who is the epitome of strength, care, and integrity. He holds an extensive experience of 3 long decades in the insurance industry and is one of the founding members of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, one of the largest general insurance companies in India. He has been heading the company as its MD and CEO for close to a decade now and has played an instrumental role in making the organization a renowned brand. A man who works relentlessly towards the betterment of humanity. I am proud to present to you none other than Mr. Tapan Singhal.
Thank you, Nitish, and namaskar, everyone. Such an honor and pleasure that all of you could take some time and be here with us. If you look at, and let me take you back a couple of decades, when we set this company up, we were very clear that we'll be doing 2-3 things, and we'll be doing it with a lot of obsession and passion. First was that we will be the best claim-paying company that the country has seen and make a name for ourselves in the world. And if I look at over the years, if I look at our track record, if I look at all the rewards, recognition that we have, I think one thing which has stood out very clearly is that we have always been recognized as one of the best claim-paying company that India has seen, and any kind of survey feedback that we take, that's been there. So that was one objective which we set. Second was that we will be the most innovative company that this country has seen in terms of be it products, be it services, be it features, be it to cut time to market, and we shall be among the first to do so. Now, if I look at over the years, I think that is something that we have been consistently doing, right from bringing the first in-house TPA in the year 2004 itself, or being cashless services to motor dealers in the year 2001 itself, or online policy issuance, or use of AI, ML, data lake, or in terms of taking this code to the cloud, or in terms of cutting down in terms of claim experiences or on-account payments, or whatever you think about, I think, on the spot settlement for motor claims. I think there's a huge list, like hundreds of innovations that we did, and we are among the first in a lot of places, first in the world also, which we did. The third objective was that our products will always be something which is very, very differentiated and which somebody would be thinking that should be there and we should bring it. And the fourth obviously has been that we shall wipe tears of as many Indians as possible. And they should not worry as long as we are there. Now, if I look at today, we have close to 12 crore customers, so 120 million customers is there. Objective is that can we reach 130, at least every household, which means that if we are able to reach about 30 crores or 35 crores, we should be able to reach every household in India. No, we are very close there. We'll get there in the next couple of years' time. The way we are progressing, we should be able to reach that place and be present in every household of India. Today, we would be there in one in every fourth household of India, which is already there. Now, which comes to the product. If I look at health, and health has been very interesting. I remember the first health policy which got launched in India was close to 1986, if I remember right. I was there at that point in time. Until about 2005-6, the growth of health was not much. The awareness was also low and was picking up. And it's so interesting. Today is the Insurance Awareness Day. And on this day, we said we'll do this launch of this new product. And then it picked up and we had a lot of health variation in terms of products, in terms of features which is there, but mostly focused on the Indian market and Indian treatment in terms of what you would get here. There have been innovations in terms of product design or in terms of services or cashless or the network of hospitals, all that got done. But then when I looked at my friends and looked at people, and I looked at a lot of people who lost their lives also, one thing which came out clearly was that if I could have got them access to the best hospital in the world and to the best doctor in the world, maybe you could have saved more lives. And most of you are aware that one of our obsession is to save lives, as many as we could. In fact, the COVID times, my entire team, about 6,000 registered as COVID warriors, and the company donated ambulances, and ensured that we saved a couple of thousands of lives, which is there. Saving lives is something that we feel as an insurer, if we cannot do, who else can do the best of it? And we thought, why can't we try and bring the world at the doorstep of our customers? And they could actually figure out that if they want to treat it, by which doctor, where in the world, and which place. Now, for a normal company, it would be very difficult, but setting a network across the world is not an easy task. But I think we are blessed and very lucky. If you look at our promoters, we have two, Bajaj and Allianz. Bajaj is the household name in India, Hamara Bajaj. Stands for ethics, integrity, values, systems, and right from the freedom fighter movement to here to setting industrialization base, they have been there. Allianz is known as one of the world's largest insurance company, and they have presence across countries at places. And then we spoke to our friends in Allianz. They said, why can't we, for our people here, get the world and the best doctors and the best hospitals at their disposal? And why can't we make a product where they can access that? And why can't it lead to saving lives? And do you have some stories and does it make a difference? And the amount of stories that we had and heard from them was unbelievable. It makes a difference to people's life. For it's a question of life and death. And then this product was designed with a lot of hard work from Allianz and our people in Bajaj Allianz and putting together to this product. I'm personally very delighted and very happy to see this product. And already when I talk to my distributors, they already have started selling this product and building it up. And their response which I've got from the market on the initial soft launch was phenomenal. I think this is something which has been there and required there. Then I thought, why should I not get the experts to actually work on it? Why can't I get the experts who talk about what network they have, what reach they have? Why can't I get experts who design the product to speak to all of you so they're understanding what exactly does it mean? From my perspective, as a very simple perspective, the way I look at it, it's a question of saving lives. It's a question of getting you the best doctors, the best hospitals anywhere in the world. And it's possible because we have a partner like Allianz, which has a network in hundreds of countries. And they have a network of hospitals all across and the doctors across. And they have been doing it. It's not that something new or something of an experiment, and they have saved lives. And we brought all that together for each one of you to have a look at it, to get the context. And as we go through the evening and your discussion on this, we shall see what difference does it make. But as I mentioned to you, our endeavor has been to keep on doing this. And I'm very happy to be seeing that we are launching this product on the Insurance Awareness Day. And we have some of the best people from across the world to talk to you about it. Having said this, I won't take much of your time. I want the experts to speak about it. I also would like to launch the product. I request the team to play the AV before we start talking about the product and details and how do we service our customers and how do we make a difference to people's life. The AV, please.
Care is vast in its every form and shape. And when it comes to our loved ones, care becomes infinite. When one has to be careful enough and seek hope that is available at a faraway land to attain the best in the world for those whom we care for the most. When one has to be careful enough, especially when away from the comfort zone at a faraway land, where the need for care arises out of nowhere. Best of our care is now accessible anywhere across the continents. Like our promise towards being caringly yours, Bajaj Allianz General Insurance is now crossing all possible boundaries to spread our care globally. Presenting truly international health plans. Global healthcare, crossing boundaries for your care. A first of its kind health insurance product from Bajaj Allianz General, which opens up offshore treatment facilities for Indian customers. In collaboration with Allianz Partners to provide Allianz Care for a seamless claims settlement experience outside the country for our customers. With choice of separate sum insured for domestic and international plans, giving option for the customer to choose or not choose an aggregate deductible for the international plan. Articulate care for the global trotters to avail medical care anytime, anywhere. Global Healthcare by Bajaj Allianz General Insurance.
Getting me yours.
Thank you very much. I think as we can clearly see, the commitment is to be able to provide you the best hospital, the best doctors from anywhere in the world, so that if it's a question of life and death, it's a question of the best services, we don't miss it. So wherever and whatever we feel should be at our disposal. Now this sounds very interesting, but is it possible and how it is possible? Let me call the man himself who helped us design this from Allianz Partners, Tobias, who is the regional head. And we have a discussion with him. Let's hear his stories as to know how and what is possible, and how is it possible that when I say that we can get treated anywhere in the world, the best doctor and the best hospitals, is it really feasible? Now, Tobias, may I request you to be on the stage so we can have a discussion and talk about these points. Thank you.
Thank you, Tapan.
Thank you, Tobias.
Thank you.
It's always such a pleasure. Tobias, let's say when we make a commitment, and Bajaj Allianz and Allianz are known that if you remember, there used to be a tagline earlier that we keep our promises, which was way ahead. I remember quite some years back. So when we make a promise that anywhere in the world, doctors, hospitals. So as Allianz Partners, how many hospitals, doctors, or countries would you present in? And if I name some of the countries like US, Canada, Singapore, or Dubai or Australia, the big ones where you have some good health facilities, would you be there? Or what is the scenario like for us to get a full understanding of what exactly are we talking about?
Thank you, Tapan. Greeting from Singapore from my side. Yes, it's fairly easy. The world is at your disposal, I would say, because despite of us having a network of more than 1 million providers, of course, our clients, and now your clients, the Indian clients, can go to any hospital in the world. So the provider network is big, is extensive, and it only says that we have contracted these providers, they know your Allianz card when you show them, but it doesn't stop you and doesn't limit you to go to these. You can also go to other providers. And that's the big plus that you have, right? You have choice unlimited. You can go to the providers, to the hospitals, the doctors, the GPs, the specialists, where you are and where you like to be. And that's, I think, the big plus that people were looking for to get in India increasingly. And over the last years, there's huge demand coming from the subcontinent. And I'm happy really that we can capture some of this with this product range that we designed with you together.
So what you're saying is in 1 million in Indian terms, we have 10 lakh providers already networked with you. And even somebody who goes beyond this also, you have no access and you can take care of them is what you just mentioned. And these big names like where we hear of good medical like US, Canada, Singapore, where you are currently based out of Australia, Dubai. So if somebody wants to go and get treated, Tobias, we can go there and it's perfectly fine. And if we have the product which covers this, so it's perfectly fine and there will be no issue is what you feel and you already know, well networked there.
For the client, it's quite easy. If they need advice, we can of course give advice which hospital. They get an app from us, the My Health app from Allianz Care, and in the app they have a hospital or a provider finder, which is basically like Google Maps, and it shows where they are at the moment and where the nearest providers are to them, and then they can search by different specialities, if you like. And depending on their needs, they find the provider near to them, with a description on how to get there, with a telephone number and so on. I think that's very easy and very straightforward service that clients of today demand, right? Because everything is digital, as the MC was saying, or everything is in our hands today. And that's expected, what our clients expect.
That's interesting. So what you're saying is, Tobias, like a person like me, let's say if I've not seen any country, now I know I can go to any hospital. I have no clue which hospital to go to, who is the specialist, who is the doctor. So we have an app in which I can actually go and look at specialties and look at hospitals and pick up which one I want and I can get access to that. Oh, that is very, very easy and convenient for me. And then I don't really work about figuring out what to do. I can just look into and figure out what is the best, and that is what the Allianz would be putting it together for us through Bajaj Allianz. That's very interesting. But Tobias, I clearly remember that when discussing the product, it made a difference to people's life. I think we have got people evacuated from very, very dangerous places and got them saved. And can you give us some stories about how did we save lives, across the world, and how does this really help? Because for me, that's something which is very, very important. How did we save lives? And a lot of difficult places also, how did we go about doing it? Can you speak us about some stories, Tobias?
Yeah, I think, of course, we insure people in dangerous places. There's no exclusions really on where we insure them. That's the first thing. And I've been based in the Middle East for quite some time, and we have been insuring journalists from big Middle Eastern networks, and they were reporting from conflict zones like Afghanistan war or from Yemen's war. And one day we had to find out a way to evacuate a kid of a journalist in Yemen that was basically in the middle of the conflict zone. So how do you get an evacuation out of a war zone into a country that's willing to accept a Yemeni national to have an operation, which was a heart surgery for the kid, because if not evacuated, it would have died basically, because support was not there. So we contacted the International Red Cross, which is the Red Crescent there in Yemen, and organized a evacuation with a private plane from Sana'a into Saudi, and from Saudi into another plane to South Africa. The kid had an operation there, and it's very fine today. Everything went very well, and we got the big thank you card from the parents. They were so happy that we made this possible. Yeah, and this is, I must say, unfortunately, daily business for us, because it's not the only story that we have. We have it from every part of the world, because we are insuring a lot of intergovernmental organizations as well that have people in all situations, if you like, across the world, and anything can happen to them. So you draw on this experience that we have. If the worst happens, we can be there in relatively short time. You give us a call, and we organize the evacuation or repatriation of yourself and your loved ones.
So we just heard what Tobias mentioned. From a conflict zone, a journalist's son. He, in the team, got him picked from there, got him to a country where they accept him, got him treated and saved lives. I was speaking to a very rich industrialist friend of mine on taking a health insurance, and he said, Tapan, whatever is sum insured, for me it is irrelevant. I can afford that, and if required, I really don't require insurance for that. What I told him was something which, I think reflects that. I said, you can pay for the money, but if a crisis happens, would you really know what to do? The entire money in the world would not be able to save lives, because simply insurance companies have a huge network. You heard what Tobias mentioned. In Yemen, he could get the kid out of the place, get him into Saudi, and then from there to South Africa, got him treated. Now, let's say if you're in that place and you have all the wealth of the world and crisis happen, can you pull this off? No, on your, and time is short because medical exigencies don't give you much time. No, you have to make it as fast as possible. And the industrial friend of mine said, Tapan, that sounds convincing. He took the policy, and unfortunately, his wife had an issue in which we had to get her evacuated from one of the hilly regions, and that saved the life later on. No, so I don't think insurance is only about what sum insured, can you afford that, not afford that. It's also about a very powerful network and of people who know how to handle emergencies. And when things go wrong, all the wealth in your world cannot actually save you. And if you don't have money, then again it's a big issue. If you don't have insurance cover, how do you get you treated by the best doctor and best hospital? So it's much beyond that. And that's exactly what, if I look at Allianz Partners, have established, like you mentioned, 1 million network exigencies handling, and they do it in and out every day, 24/7, and they are super professionals doing that. And that is why this product is special. So it's not a product in which you're trying to tie up with loose ends and some vague names across, and so with some kind of network. It's a very powerful product backed by a very powerful network by experts who are doing it all across in difficult countries, 24/7 million network across the world, and they are serving. And that is why I said this is a very special, because a lot of people may say, oh, it's okay, we can take a global product, but can you have this kind of network which gives you that kind of assurance that if things go wrong, you'll get the best services and the best provision which is there. I think that is what I wanted to bring to light in terms of what thinking has gone through and how this has got through. So is anything else that you would like to speak and let all our customers, people, distributors know about something special about this product that you feel is very close to your heart?
Yeah, I think, of course, the key is over the last years, we have developed actually the concept to go away from just being administrator of claim payments, if you like, in a health insurance, to become a real partner of our clients. And that's individual clients and also corporate clients, SME clients. And what we mean by partner in health is that we're looking at also prevention, right? It's better to stop somebody getting sick before it's too late, right? So we have developed a whole suite of wellness and well-being tools that these clients have now access, and it will be the same for the clients coming from India. So they can access these tools through web, through their mobile phones. They have webinars that run frequently. And of course, they have also all sorts of other prevention tools, right? They have a digital, usually built into the app, where they can basically have medical terminology Google. They can translate terminology as well into different languages if they are in foreign countries. They have a mental health tool as well to assess themselves. They have a whole range of tools. Frankly, to explore them already takes a lot of time, but it's very unique, and it's of course it works wherever you are. Yeah, and you can then, in a lot of cases, tap into a local resource if you want a consultation from a practitioner to help you with a certain need, and then you can do it in the country where you are. You don't need to fly back to India, which is not very convenient if you're far away, and if your family is maybe somewhere else with you. Yeah, and I think that's the key, is that you have access to services wherever you are on the go, and it works, right? 24/7. You have a helpline that you can call. You have the digital tools you can access, and be sure we do that every day since 20 years. We are as old as Bajaj Allianz with this, and we are the leading international health insurer now in the world, the biggest. And we have a financial rating that is the highest in the industry. So you can trust us that we treat your money and your funds wisely, and you're not throwing it out of the window, so that your premium payment guarantees you the treatment that you deserve and that you have insured with us. So there's lots of points, and I can rumble on for the whole evening, but I don't want to steal too much of your time, because I know we have prepared a lot of program for the audience. But I'm insured with this company for 15 years now, and I can tell you there was never a problem. Yeah.
Thank you, Tobias. I think what I loved about what you just said is 2-3 things. First is, it's not only about when things go wrong. I think the company stands by every day in terms of wellness, in terms of webinars, in terms of access. No? So people who want to really take care of themselves, we ensure that we are there with them. I think that is what the Allianz Partners have put in also for the customers who take this product. I think that's a very good. It's not only about the transactional product, it's an engagement product, and you can keep on getting yourself better, improving yourself as time progresses. I think that is phenomenal. Second thing, like you mentioned, in terms of being the world's largest international health provider, in terms of being there for 20 years servicing, and you have done it 15 years yourself and not seen anything go wrong. I think that's a big, how should I say, a big point, because otherwise, how would you trust, across the world where you're going? In your own country, in your own city, maybe still know a couple of doctors, some people who would be there. But internationally, we're going, how many people do you know? How would you know in the right place, right services will be provided? How would you feel comfortable? I think it's hugely comforting that for 20 years, it's been done. And like you said, 15 years, you've done it yourself and not seen any issue come through. So thank you. So we are putting this together. Thank you for all the hard work. I'm very sure that we'll be able to wipe more tears, be able to serve our people here and make a difference in people's life. Thank you very much, Tobias, for all that you have done. And as we have jointly committed that we shall be there for the people, and things go wrong, we shall try our level best to save lives and ensure that they come back happy, healthy, and they have a big smile on their face. Thank you very much, Tobias.
Thank you, Tapan. Pleasure.
So from here, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Singhal sir. Wow. And thank you, Tobias. Just once again to tell you, Tobias Market is the regional head of sales and distribution in International Health, Allianz Partners, Asia Pacific. And Singhal sir, that one thing which you said really stuck by us, and I'm sure everybody comes across a lot of people who are like, hey, you know what, I have the money, and when something goes south, I will pay. But we really, really need, when we are in a different country, and we really need some kind of guidance, and that is what we are really looking forward to. And at that moment, we need this kind of guidance, because from country A to country C, how are we going to travel? And let's say we have the specialty right there in country C. So thank you so much for doing this. And on that note, congratulations to the entire Bajaj Allianz General Insurance team for the new product. Let's give yourself a huge round of applause. Come on, everyone. Wow, brilliant. And along with that, of course, wishing everyone the International Insurance Awareness Day as well. Thank you so much, Tapan sir, for that. So now, as we move ahead and as we progress, the next gentleman who I'm going to invite onto your screens is going to give us in-depth knowledge of the product. He is the Chief Technical Officer for Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. And in his current role, he is responsible for managing motor and non-motor underwriting, claims, risk management, and reinsurance for the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce all of you to Mr. T.A. Ramalingam, sir. Over to you, sir. Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you, Nitish, and a warm welcome to the entire audience on the launch of this innovative product, what we call as the Global Healthcare. Can we put across the presentation, please? So I'll just take you through the, in brief, what we're offering in this product. As Tapan sir and Tobias had talked to you in brief about what are the things that we bring to the table with the launch of this product. It's also very essential for all of you to know what are the features which are there in this product, which differentiates it from the other products which are available in the market. So let's start off why this product is needed. I mean, what is the need for a global insurance product? Yeah, next slide. Now, if you look at it, according to the Medical Tourism Association, around 14 million people in the world travel to other countries for getting medical aid. Similarly, as per the Zion market research, the global medical tourism market, which was estimated to be around close to 103 billion in 2019, is expected to grow to 273 billion by 2027. Now, what it means is that it reflects the rise in the private medical clinics and availability of robust healthcare infrastructure facility, which is going to give further rise to medical tourism. So if you look at India also, more and more Indians are seeking top quality elective medical care because today they can afford it. Yeah, next. And why there is need for this global cover? Because if you see the average medical expenses of the top 5 countries, and you can see the US or Australia, the overall medical expenses is very, very high. And that is where we want to come out with a product which can take care of these expenses across the world. Now let's go into the introduction of this product, because I think that's what I think everyone has been waiting for. Next. Now, why we said this is a very unique product in the sense because this is one product which gives a seamless domestic and international health cover. This has been a demand coming in from various HNIs, top executives of companies, our own intermediaries. There has been a big demand for this coming in from people because they feel that today, if they can get very good medical treatment across the world, why is not there a product which can offer all these things? Now, who can buy the international health product? So today, any Indian resident, of course, can buy this product. Similarly, students who are traveling abroad for studies can also buy this product. Similarly, you see a lot of Indian parents who visit overseas for meeting up with their children. This product is ideally suited for them. Yeah, next. So what are the plans that we have? We have got actually 2 main plans in this global healthcare product. One is the Imperial and the other one is the Imperial Plus. Within the Imperial, we have the domestic cover and the international cover. As you can see on the screen, there are 3 variants available, both under the Imperial and the Imperial Plus. And I'll talk about in a bit more detail in the further slides. Yeah, let's go next. So let's talk about the domestic coverages which are available under this product. So this entire global care product is divided into domestic and international coverages. So I'll talk about the domestic coverage first. So here you have the 3 sum insured benefits that are available, which is one is the 37.50 lakhs, the other one is the 56 lakhs, and the other one is the 75 lakhs. Under the Imperial Plus plan, you have the 1.12 crore and 1.875 crores and 3.75 crores. Now here, what are we covering? One is the inpatient hospitalization treatment, which is covered up to the sum insured. Similarly, the room rent at actuals. Normally, in many cases, we see today it's as a capped as a percentage of the sum insured, but here you are getting room rent at actuals. Similarly, on the pre-hospitalization and the post-hospitalization, so you see 60 and 180 days. Now, 180 days is normally not seen in any of the policies which are sold in India. The maximum one could see is 90 days. So what we are saying is that 60 plus 180, it's 240 days, which is nearly 8 months coverage already available under the policy under the pre and the post hospitalization. Similarly, the local ambulance cover and the daycare procedures, so be it related to cataract, chemotherapy and all, is all available up to the sum insured, which again is a very high limit that is being given in this particular product. Similarly, the donor medical costs are also getting covered under this policy. This is the unique feature of this product where up to 5 lakh rupees, the donor medical costs gets covered. The annual preventive health checkup, which is normally there in every policy, here it's covered up to 5,000 rupees. One of the new features is that the Ayurvedic and homeopathic hospitalization is again covered up to the sum insured. The unique feature out here is on air ambulance, where in case of any kind of emergency, if you need to be evacuated The coverage is available here. As Tobias also talked about in the international part, where they evacuated one child from Yemen. Similar coverage is available in this air ambulance part also. Inpatient psychiatry and physiotherapy, I think this is about the mental illness part, I think, which even the regulator today is also talking about in a big way. So that is also again covered up to the sum insured. Similarly, rehabilitation. So basically what happens is that if after an injury, you require to recoup your energy, you want to go back to your normal life, the expenses incurred toward that up to 50,000 gets covered under this rehabilitation cover. Now, again, this rehabilitation cover is not available under any of the products which are currently being sold in India. Further, the modern treatment methods and advancement in technologies, the stem therapy or the robotic technology, all these are getting covered, and the coverage is available up to the sum insured. The unique feature again here is related to the health prime rider. For all the domestic coverages, we have also offering the health prime rider in partnership with our EPH, which can give you a lot of benefits. Yeah, next. Now coming to the international coverage, I think here is where the interesting part comes in, because again here we have got two plans. One is the Imperial plan and another one is the Imperial Plus. The voluntary deductible option is there, so you could start with a nil deductible, or you want to take a $500 deductible or a $1,000 deductible. This is only an aggregate basis, means it will be deducted only once in the policy period, which means that if you got multiple claims only once during the policy period, this deductible will be deducted. But the advantage is that you get a discount for opting for this voluntary deductible. Again, here, if you see the room rent is covered up for a single private AC, because here we are talking about overseas treatment. Similarly, the pre-hospitalization and post-hospitalization is 45 days and 90 days. Again, like we saw in the domestic part, the local ambulance and the daycare procedures are covered up to the sum insured. Here also, we are covering the living donor medical cost under the Imperial plan up to $30,000, and for the Imperial Plus plan up to $50,000. One additional feature, what we are seeing here is the air ambulance plus medical evacuation, which is available under the Imperial plan, which means that you can be evacuated to a country of your choice in case of any kind of emergency hospitalization. Again, here, one of the additional features that we see is the accommodation cost that we will pay for one parent. If the child is below the 18 years of age, he's covered under the policy and he's getting treated in a hospital. The accommodation cost for the parent, either as part of the hospital or he may be given an accommodation in a hotel, is covered up to the sum insured. And that's a unique feature of this policy, because there are no policy which is currently offering this kind of coverage. Similarly, in the international coverage, you have two plans. One is including the US and the other one is excluding US. So in case of any kind of emergency treatment outside area of cover, so if you are taking a cover excluding the US, but if you have gone to the US and meet with an accident or an illness, this policy covers you up to the sum insured for a maximum of 6 weeks per trip. So this is again another unique feature of this product. The other one is the medical repatriation, which again is covered up to the sum insured. Then we also have the cover for repatriation of mortal remains up to USD 13,500. This again is a unique feature which is not found in any of the other products currently available in India. Similarly, we also have an inpatient cash benefit of USD $175 per night, wherein if the medical treatment is taken free of cost, which happens in some of the countries, you get a cash benefit, and this is similar to the hospital cash benefit that we offer under our standard Indian products. Again, palliative care, some of the care which relates to requires long duration, be it cancer or any other non-curable diseases, the treatment care up to sum insured is also covered under this policy. And similarly, the modern treatment methods, as we saw in the domestic one, talking about the robotics and all, is also covered under this policy. I think so. From a package point of view, the domestic coverage and the international coverage offers you a great bouquet of coverage which is available. And I think the customers would love the kind of package that is being given here. Added to that, what Tobias has said regarding the quality of service, I think this entire international coverage is going to be supported by our Allianz partners, and the kind of service that they have been given for the past 20 years, I'm sure that each of our customers will benefit out of the huge network facility that they have created over the years. Yeah, next. In addition, under the international coverage, we're also giving the OPD benefits. Again, this is limited only to the Imperial Plus plan, but we have a limit of $1,600, $2,400, and $4,200. Similarly, there is a coverage which is available for the dental treatment. Normally, this dental treatment is not covered under any of the health plans, but in this particular international coverage plan, we have brought it. So, be it the Imperial plan or the Imperial Plus plan, under both of them, the dental benefits are covered. The only thing is that it comes with a 20% copay option. Yeah, next. Happy to announce that if you are going to cover 2 or more members of your family, you get a 5% family discount under this policy. Yeah, next. And of course, there are certain waiting periods for this international policy, what we are talking about. For initial waiting period of 30 days, which is normally there in all policies. OPD cover also comes with a 30-day waiting period. The coverage starts after the 31st day. Specific diseases like cataract, hernia and all will have a 24 months waiting period. And similarly, all pre-existing diseases up to 3 years will have a waiting period for that. And physiotherapy will get covered after 90 days. Yeah, next. And now coming to the claims part, I think we have the domestic claims, which is currently handled by Bajaj Allianz, and you have all the toll-free numbers mentioned out here. And we have a good setup of hospitals across the country. And it's here now, I would like to invite Charu Kaushal, the CEO of Allianz Partners in India, to talk about the international claims part. So over to you, Charu.
So maybe we go to the slide on the international claims process, and just to add to what Tapan sir said, what Rama said, as well as what Tobias said, the biggest differentiator of the product is indeed the international claims process, because just like domestically we have a great product and a great claims process, it's really mapping that and the ease and seamless nature of it to our international product as well. So maybe if we go to the next slide, I'll talk through the process. Okay, the next one. Yeah. So we'll go to the next slide. Yeah. So on the international claim process, just like in badging domestic claims, we shared that there's an omni-channel approach, which means that there are multiple channels through which you can register a claim. Similarly, in this process, there are 5 channels through which you can firstly register your claim. The first and the foremost, as Tobias mentioned earlier, is the My Health app. My Health app, the usage of that is a breeze. It is easy to use. And as we mentioned, not only do you use it to submit a claim, it also is really your window to see all our wellness services. From a claim process perspective, we encourage everyone to use the My Health app. Other than that, there are 4 other channels that they have. They can call us on our 24/7 helpline. There's also an online portal, which is again called the My Health portal. Then there's a website, and as we saw with the domestic claims, there is also an email ID where we can, the insured can write to. Now, coming to the process itself, we've really bifurcated this into 2 parts. One is for planned treatment, and the next slide will talk about emergency and OPD treatment. So as we all mentioned earlier, the biggest benefit of the product is that really it gives the customer and the insured the power to choose. So, there is an elective choice the insured makes as to do I want to have treatment for one particular illness in another country, or for any other reason I want to go to another country for treatment. So in that case, when it's a planned treatment, this is how the process will look. They will go to the My Health app, download TG, which is a treatment guarantee, and it's very simple and easy to use. As I'm saying, submitting that on the app is easy. Then, of course, this goes into, there's a 5-day working TAT here, 5 working day TAT to approve this. And ideally, if it's a planned treatment, we think customers are actually okay to give or have a 5-day window before they do this. If it is 72 hours, then they have to call on this helpline. And then, of course, we step in. Allianz Partners will step in and go and do a guarantee of payment. And then the treatment actually can start. So it is a completely cashless experience for the insured. Pre-approval is mandatory for planned treatment, especially when it is inpatient, and there are various kinds where we would want the insured to take a pre-approval. So inpatient, daycare, donor, live donor expenses, and there are other categories here. If you go to the next slide, we'll talk about emergency and OPD, because we will see a lot of usage also happens on the emergency and OPD side. So first I'll talk about emergency. Now here again, the process is seamless. Now, if let's say somebody has a fractured leg, and you were traveling to, let's say, London, and you have a fractured leg, and you are in a condition to really use the My Health app yourself, then you do it, or you get your dependent or your doctor to really reach out on the helpline, because emergency can vary, right? As Tobias told us about this story, there are many instances where emergency could really be that actually you fell off a hill while you were biking, and we actually had a case like that. There you will not be in a position to do this yourself, so your doctor will have to call on our helpline, and then we activate and handhold the case fully from our end. There's something called an emergency rapid response that we run, and this is where this can be a moment of truth for many, and it's not easy when there's a real emergency and there's an accident. So here the activation is very quick. The response is actually in 15 minutes, and you will see that if an air ambulance has to be activated or a medical evacuation has to be done, it will all get done very quickly. So this is where really, the rubber meets the road, and you have to see that the entire machinery is completely aligned to deliver. The next one is OPD and dental. OPD and dental, I'll talk about OPD first. Here again, it's interesting that OPD also for outpatient, you can have elective, and you could again have a problem while you were traveling in a country and you wanted only to see a specialist. You went for OPD. It's a very simple process. You use the My Health app. You will, find a provider nearby. In case you don't know of a doctor, you go to that provider. Because My Health app has a great provider finder service where, as we mentioned earlier, we have 10 lakh providers globally available in 195 countries. So they're all mapped on the app. You go to the medical provider, you get the treatment that you need. You show your Allianz card, of course. You get the treatment you need, and you just upload the reimbursement that you need. So you upload your invoice, and the reimbursement will come to you in 48 hours. So that's what we do for OPD. For dental also, the process is similar. So that's basically to say that our claims process is backed by excellent digital tools and a very strong network. And we've got 715,000 doctors in panel with us, and we work with 25,000 hospitals globally. So that's what really helps us to distinguish on the service piece. And this is where the real differentiator comes, and we're really happy to actually bring this kind of a product, which is offering best-in-class health insurance experience, both domestically and internationally, to the Indian customer. So that's a brief on the international claim process, and I can hand it back to Rama.
Yeah. Thank you, Charu, and I think that was very, very informative, and I'm sure that all the customers that take this product benefit out of this app. And then that's all from our side on the features of this product, and we look forward to your questions during the Q&A session. So thank you. Over to you, Nitesh.
Thank you, Ramalingam sir, and thank you, Charu ma'am. And of course, I was really intrigued by the part where we are also doing, we have also taken care of dental. So that is something new for me, but of course that is interesting. And again, just for our media friends, I would like to inform all of you that Ramalingam sir and Charu ma'am will be joining you for the media Q&A along with Singhel sir. So without any further ado, now once again, I would like to invite Tapan sir to come and join us on the screen and conclude the event for the employees and of course our extended family members, our agents who have joined us virtually today. Tapan sir? It seems Tapan sir is not there. No problem. While we are at this, well, I hope everybody has really understood about the product. If you have any more queries, you can definitely get in touch with our team. And of course, feel free to get in touch with our team. You can also leave some comments over here on the YouTube channel. That's totally open for everyone. And any kind of doubts, you can definitely get in touch with us. So thank you so much. And do share a feedback as to what you feel about this product, about the service. So that is going to be perfect for us, and we can take the feedback and we can make more advancements and we can completely improvise it for the betterment. Yes, Tapan sir is here with us. Tapan sir, over to you. Let's conclude the event for the employees and all our extended family members, that is our agents. So over to you, sir.
Well, thank you. I think first and foremost, before I conclude, we also heard Charu speak. She is the CEO for Allianz Partners here in India. A very strong partner for us here. And a lot of features that we bought for the country, right from assistance, roadside assistance, or for women drivers, even like we ask for change of tires or getting fuel, the entire network across the country. I think she is the one who gets it done. And she has been part of it from the founding times. And I've seen how she's built the network across in the country itself. Now she's also the bridge for us to the global network that we have. So to begin with, I'd like to thank Charu, and I also like to thank Tobias for all that he has done for here. And then I'd like to move on to one of our very big distributors and an amazing human being, Kaushal, who's here with us. I think if I look at Kaushal, he has been into the insurance business for 3 to 4 generations. So it is in his DNA. Insurance is in his DNA. So nobody can understand insurance better than Kaushal, is what I clearly know. And if I look at the health insurance product and the best of products in the country, I think Kaushal has been there for his customers, getting the best of services. One of the biggest distributors the Indian market has. And I said for 3-4 generations, their family has been doing it. So I thought, let me speak to Kaushal a bit before we move on to conclude and move on to the next stage. So thank you, Kaushal, for coming here and being here. Kaushal, you've seen this product. I think as I tell people that some of us have experience of 30 years. In your DNA and genes, your experience of 300 years. So none of us can beat your experience in insurance, because it runs in your blood, in your DNA, in your genetics, And you have seen so many products, and you have been one of the biggest distributors in the Indian market. How do you see this product? And I also understand you already spoken to your customers. What's the feedback that you have? What's the response that is there? So we thought, let's speak to you a bit and then take this forward.
So thank you for inviting, sir. So I've been after you for this exceptional product for quite a few years, and finally it's been launched. It's a much awaited product, and I would give a rating on 10 on 10 or 20 on 10. It's such a fantastic and a fabulous product, covering every spectrum of coverage, and most importantly, the value of the coverage what we are offering from 1 lakh to 10 lakh USD. Fantastic, sir, fantastic. And
10 lakh USD in Indian rupees would be how much? Just a layman's question, just to figure out, So let's say if you took current conversion rate of what, 78, so we are talking of 7 crore 80 lakhs, I'm sure, right?
Yes, Almost 8 crores. Almost 8 crores.
Only 8 crores sum insured. Huh? Oh,
Yes.
wow, amazing. Yeah. Yes.
And equivalent to 3.5 crore, 3.75 crores for Indian rupees Indian coverage.
Exactly.
See what is happening. All the ultra HNIs and the businessmen, corporates, they are traveling overseas, and now people understand the difference of having an overseas mediclaim and a global mediclaim. You know, the lifestyle disease of hypertension, thyroid, and other illness, diabetes is very common. And if anything happens, people when they're traveling overseas, the most unique product of this product is that it even covers planned and unplanned surgeries for pre-existing conditions. So that was the important part which was lacking in our product kit, and now we have that in our value bundle of products. Such an exceptional product. And most important, sir, for the service wherein we are offering for minors if they are traveling abroad alone with their friends, and we are offering accommodation to their parents. We can send one person, a family member there to help them catering that need. That's an exceptional product bundle what we have out there. And wherein we are offering clients an option wherein it's not a serious illness, but they feel they want to come to India and take a treatment under their own doctor's supervision. We are offering them in the Imperial Plus option to come back to India, stabilize and take a treatment in Indian coverage. That's a beautiful part, sir, which has been taken into account.
No, but then if you know us, Kaushal, I think we always try to look at the human side, no? Like if child is there and we don't allow parent to go, no? Typically in a pure insurance, it is not insurance, no? But we say, no, we take care of the parent. Now somebody wants to come back to India, say, no, it's global, you'll be there, no? But we try to bring that back. So I think that's a good point you raised, Kaushal. In all our products, in all our offering, we bring in the human angle, no, to the product which is there. I think that is where, this becomes a difference from that caring Leo's philosophy that we have to bring the care in whatever we think and do. No? And you as our distributor, one of our biggest distribution of the Indian market, I think you also do that for all your customers, advice that you give, the way you studied the product. And I also heard that you already spoken to quite a few customers and they're all very excited that there's something they have been looking for, like you said, we're waiting for to get into this. And then to make a difference, I think I've also seen how you stood for your customers in times of need, and how do you ensure that the best of services provided to them, and how we love to do that with you. I think that is what brings this to the table. So personally, I am very excited about it, Kaushal, and I'm very happy to hear your thought process on this, because I value it a lot, I think. And you know it, every time you have to go for a new product, the first couple of people whom I call is one is you, to figure out what is that you feel is good for the Indian customers. What do you feel would be best for the customers? What is the value that bring? So do you think we could live up to your expectation in terms of what you thought we should bring for the customers? We've been able to cover every point, or we missed something on that? Do you think?
So you've covered everything. There's the fabulousness of this product. It covers most important of what we are offering is we are offering two separate covers for Indian treatment and then overseas treatment. Now with serious illness coming in, people, if it is normally it will be directed in India, most of the cases. So wherein they would like to consult their doctors, and then over a period of time, if they feel the treatment is the better treatment overseas, then the options available to them. And we are offering two separate sum insured. The best interesting part is we are keeping Indian cover separate and the international cover separate, so that they have a very big kitty available to them if they utilize the Indian kitty.
Exactly. That again is a very important point. I don't think we covered that. What we are saying is if you exhaust your 3.5 crores Indian sum insured also, you can still take this 8 crore international sum insured and move abroad for treatment. Like that in a way makes it like an 11 crore sum insured. So any kind of illness across, you can look into that. I think that again is very, very unique. So it is not for lack of money that you would miss out. And that is why I said in the beginning, it will save lives. You do not know, sometimes when it gets very expensive and you require the best treatment, and the Indian doctors say that maybe the US has a treatment, and we also cover the latest technology, the latest use, and you see a lot of development is happening across the world. I read somewhere even for something like cancer, they have some development which is happening in, I think in US or somewhere where they already have a treatment or something which is happening for that. And recently in India, you feel that you have to go abroad and get treated, and then you can actually, because if you have this policy, and go and get treated, and save lives. I think that is the kind of difference it will make. Not only a very comfortable sum insured, but also availing the best latest technology across the world. Combine these two together, the chance of saving life really moves up exponentially compared to a normal product that we have. Correct me, Kaushal, that is how.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah. So I'll also request for a moment, Charu, before I close this, to come on the stage. If I because the team can get Charu also on the stage for just a moment. Is it technically possible, team, to get Charu and Tobias on the stage just one more time? Okay, I can see now everybody here. Very good. No, but now Kaushal is missing. You have to get Kaushal, so you have to get Kaushal also. So you have to drop out now and get Kaushal on first. I'll get you back in 20 seconds. I want Kaushal also here. Kaushal, come on the stage, please. Team, we have to get Kaushal Shah on the stage, please. We have Rama, Charu, and Tobias. Yes, thank you. Kaushal is here. Now, why I wanted all of them on stage is because all four of them, three gentlemen, a lady, they played a very pivotal role in bringing this to all of you. As I said, Kaushal is one person who, in terms of giving feedback in what's good for customers and the way he pushes us in terms of innovation is something which is phenomenal. I respect it a lot. I personally call him up every time I have to think of a new product and what's good for customers and what does he think from a customer perspective. And Kaushal never let me down. His role in putting this product together has been great. Now, if I come to Charu, I think as I told you, she's the Indian CEO for the Allianz Partners here. Her role in setting up the entire network of what we call relationship beyond insurance or caringly yours. This tagline which comes through is on the strength of people like Charu, who day in and day out put together the services and the platform to ensure that as a company, we not only talk of just payment of claims, but also the services that comes, which ensure that even if you have a flat tire or you have a health requirement internationally, or you have this travel policy which happen, or when you fly down, all the behind the scenes is done by Charu and her team. So I thought it would be very critical for me to mention that. Then coming to Rama, my CTO for so many years and hardcore Bajaj Allianz person at heart. In terms of the excitement that Rama brings to the table for any innovation, I've yet to see any youngster. I heard the MC Nitish mention the average age of 28 for the Indian demographic, but Rama at his age is more younger than any 28-year-old that I have seen in terms of innovation, push, desire to make a difference to customer, to bring to the table, what is the best for the customer from across the world, and the way he's always engaged. Rama. Tobias obviously is the man who has been there, is there, doing it, serving the people across the world, saving lives. And as he said, there's so many stories to talk about. Time is less. Now, I just want to thank these four people very, very clearly who actually are instrumental, along with many more who have worked behind the scenes to do so. But today, since they were here, I thought I'll bring to the table that what goes in making a product in which all points are thought through. And like when I asked Kaushal, does he think anything is left behind? He said, no, nothing. No, all points, like even sum insured exhaustion of Indian sum insured, the international sum insured, then taking care of a parent to fly to see to a kid, or getting people back, or in terms of the palliative cover, or homeopath, or allopath. Think about anything, this product will be having it. A product for the customers, by the customers, to ensure that if things go wrong, lives are not lost. This is what our endeavor is. So thank you all. With these words, I hand it over to you, Nitish, for taking it further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tapan sir. First of all, Kaushal, thank you so much for bringing a smile on our face and giving us a completely fabulous perspective about how we all should be taking the feedback. Thank you so much on that. Thank you, Charu ma'am. Thank you, Tobias. And thank you, Ramalingam sir. Of course, we would request all our media friends to please stay back. We've come towards the last segment of this lovely launch. We would request Charu ma'am also to please stay back and Tapan sir to please stay back. While we are at it, now the product is out there. It has been launched. What are you waiting for? It's time for all of you to start planning your trips, be it for leisure, learning, or work opportunities. Don't worry, we have got you covered. Wherever you are, we will reach out to you. All you have to do is just focus on being yourself and doing what is rightfully yours. So just enjoy yourself, just travel and start planning your travel. And we are Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. We never say goodbye, because we will be seeing you soon. This is just the beginning. Thank you everyone for joining us out here. All our extended family members, all the agents, all our employees, thank you so much for your hard work and effort. Once again, congratulating each and every one of you on International Insurance Awareness Day. So thank you once again. This is your host, MC Nitish Kamdar, signing off, while I take and we cure the curiosities of all our media friends. I'm sure they have many questions for us. See you there.